Hiya guys, West Country Explorer here. I'm in Andover and I'm going to do the Andover Heritage Trail. I did download the Heritage Trail leaflet onto my mobile, but being a bit old fashioned, I'd rather have a hard copy to look at as I'm walking. Now, I managed to borrow this from the library, so this one's a little bit outdated. So I know there's at least one point on the Heritage Trail nowadays that's not in this book. I've having a little look, most of the stuff on the trail is in this book. So yeah, I'm going to be mostly following this and also picking up some other points that aren't in this book but are on the current trail. So guys, do you fancy following me on Andover's Heritage Trail? If so, keep watching. We're starting off at the site of the town mills. In 1086, the time of the Doomsday, there were, how many were there? There were 6 mills in all in the area. In 1291, it was called La Tummel, and there were milling charges, which covered the cost of the mill weir and leat and the millstones. And in 1370, a gentleman called John Littermore, where is it? Don't know how you pronounce that name, but that's his name. So in 1370, he was fined for overcharging farmers. And then again in 1598, a Richard Ashton was fined 3/4 of a penny for the same offence. So there you go. That model doesn't get mentioned in the book. So obviously it was put there after the book was written. It's a little model of a Viking boat. So over there, that white building, that's the Bridge Book House. It used to be, let me double check, it used to be the Catherine Wheel Inn, and jail used to be above it, so the landlord of the Catherine Wheel Inn was also the sort of jail keeper, and the clock, that was for keeping time for the toll house at the start of the Turnpike Road. And from 1899 up to 1960, town library used to be there. Now that's one of the points that don't get mentioned in this book, but it's on the trail anyway. So here we are by the side of the Bridge Bookshop. Used to be the Catherine Wheel Inn, and just here can't go in, but that's where the jail used to be. And over there is the White Hart. That it's been a hostelry since 1636, and used to be a coaching inn for the coaches going along the old Turnpike Road. Right, we're now going to go along this way. So I've come along Bridge Street up here. This is now London Street, and this would have been the site of the London Exeter Road. And here we've got a sundial. This kept time for the sort of coaches. You can't really see it from here. I can just make it. It says 6 minutes faster than London time. On the Heritage Trail leaflet that I downloaded to my phone, it says that this sundial was 6 minutes behind London time. Now that was up until the railway came in 1856. It was during like the 19th century, as the railways became more popular, the time across the whole of the UK became standardised. So the railway put a stop to the 6 minutes difference between time in Andover and time in London. So what I'm going to do now is walk back down London Road, and I'm going to go up High Street, which is now on my right. Oh, and for those of you that happen to be following this book, that sundial isn't mentioned in the book. So, but it does get mentioned on the leaflet, the Heritage Trail leaflet that I downloaded to my phone. One thing that I forgot to mention was that I think it was the 19th century, there was at least 10 pubs along the stretch of Bridge Street and London Street, London Road. So that's a lot of pubs. Here we got the High Street. Andover used to be quite a major coaching town on like main coaching routes. There's loads of coaches coming in and out back in the day. We've got the sort of guild hall up there. No, town hall. That was built in the 19th century, the third one to be on the site. Here we got time ring. We'll walk around it, noting various different points throughout the history of Andover. I'm going around it in the wrong way. Going backwards in time here. As you can see, it's quite a big old high street. So, Pizza Express, as you see above there, it's got a Star and Garter. This is another of the old coaching places. Apparently Charles I stayed here after the Battle of Andover in 1644, and George III used to stay here regularly when he stopped over at Andover on his way down to Weymouth, and also apparently Lord Nelson and Lady Hamilton stayed here as well. Right, let's go to the top end of the high street. Here we have the Guild Hall. There's records of there being a guild hall here in 1470. That was the first one. And then in 1583, the second guild hall was built on the site. And this is the third one, built in 1825. Council offices are on the first floor. Ground floor's a restaurant. There you go. We're now towards the top end of the high street and at the centre of medieval Andover. And this is the Angel Inn, rebuilt after the fire of 1435. Quite a few sort of illustrious famous people stay here. King John, Edward I, Edward II, Henry VII, Catherine of Aragon, James I. Quite a few different people. And it used to be called the College Inn because it was owned by Winchester College in medieval times. And the carpenter who built the Angel Inn, College Inn, is also built Eton College. Right, just up from the Angel, we've got this archway. All that remains of the original Norman church. Come up here. This brings us up to a garden of remembrance. And also the current church. St Mary's Church. It's quite an impressive looking church. I like it. I like it very much. It's nice and quiet here. One point of interest on the Heritage Trail leaflet, but not in the book. I'm in Chantry Street, and these are apparently a couple of the oldest buildings in Andover. What I'm going to do is I'm going to twizzle you around. There's this lovely old building as well. Show you this. That's very nice, very nice. As you can see, there's the church tower for St Mary's Church. I'm going to bring you down. Where are we going now? This is Marlborough Street. Again, this is something that's not in the book that I've been reading, but it's on the leaflet. So I'll stop recording a sec. Here we have some old almshouses. Down the bottom end of Marlborough Street. There we are behind the church, and the Heritage Trail ends at Andover Museum, which is closed today, so I can't go in. There used to be a grammar school here, but now it's the museum. So if I zoom in a bit, see a model there. All good fun. So there you go, guys. That's a bit of Andover Heritage Trail. So it's tell you something, It's a good way of getting around the town and learning a bit of the history of the place. Alright, so I'm going to quickly pop back to the library before it closes in an hour, because I've got to return this. Yeah, the librarian, she very kindly let me borrow it for an hour or two. As you can see, for using the library only, but yeah, she was a very kind lady, very kindly let me borrow it for an hour or two. So yeah, I better return it before the library closes, otherwise I'll be a very naughty boy and I'll be in the librarian's bad books. So I'm going to do that, go and get a bit of lunch, and then slowly make my way back out. Well guys, thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. And in the meantime guys, as usual, stay safe, take care, and God bless.